Well, howdy folks. Pull up a stool and let me tell you a story that has been rattling around our little town for longer than I can remember. It's about the old Miller place, just on the edge of town, a fine-looking house, if a bit weathered, with a dark secret tucked away right under its own roof. You see, the attic door in that house. It's been nailed shut for as long as anyone can recall. Old man Miller himself, bless his cantankerous soul, put those nails in with his own 2 hands, said he was tired of the drafts. But everyone knew that wasn't the real reason. The real reason was the knocking. It started subtle, like a squirrel trapped up there scurrying around. Then it got a bit more insistent. A soft thud dash thud dash thud, right around midnight. The Miller family tried to ignore it. They'd turn the radio up, sing hymns louder in the evenings, anything to drown out that sound. But you can't drown out a sound that seems to come from inside your own head. Now, this is where it gets peculiar. After old man Miller passed, the house sat empty for a good long while. But folks living nearby, they'd swear on a stack of Bibles they could still hear it. A slow rhythmic knocking from that sealed-off attic. Some said it was the wind, others said it was just the old house settling. But Jeb, who lives just across the way, said he saw a light flicker in that tiny attic window one night. A dim, wavering light, like a candle fighting for its life. A few years back, a family from the city bought the place, the Turners. Nice folks, but they had that city slicker confidence, you know. They saw the nailed-shut door and just laughed. Probably just a critter problem, Mr. Turner said, grabbing a crowbar, and nothing a little elbow grease can't fix. The whole town held its breath. We all knew you don't mess with what's been nailed shut for a reason. He pried the first nail loose with a loud screech of metal on wood. The house was dead silent. He went for the second. As the nail head started to pull free, a single loud knock echoed from the other side of the door. It wasn't like a branch hitting the roof. It was solid, deliberate. Mr. Turner froze, crowbar in hand. His wife, who was watching from the bottom of the stairs, let out a little gasp. He tried to laugh it off. "Old house," he said, but his voice was shaky. He put the crowbar to the third nail. This time the knocking was louder. Knock, knock, K-N-O-C-K. It rattled the door in its frame. The air in the hallway turned ice cold. It felt like standing in a meat locker in the middle of July. That was enough for the Turners. They didn't even pack their bags right away. They just got in their car and drove to the local motel. They sold the house a month later at a loss, never setting foot inside again. So the door stays nailed shut, and the knocking continues. Sometimes it's quiet, just a whisper of a tap. Other nights it sounds like something is desperately trying to break its way out. A few brave teenagers dared each other to spend a night on the porch once. They came back white as sheets, said the knocking went on all night, and it sounded angry. Now, I ain't one to spread idle gossip, but the legend says it ain't a ghost up there. Not in the traditional sense. Story goes, way back when, a traveling salesman sold the Millers a strange-looking jack-in-a-box, said it was a one-of-a-kind antique. The Miller's young son loved it, but the tune it played was unsettling, and the little clown that popped out, its smile was just a little too wide. One day the boy went up to the attic to play, and he never came back down. They searched for days, nothing. All they found was that jack-in-the-box, sitting open in the middle of the floor, silent. That's when old man Miller nailed the door shut. He said he could hear the music box trying to play, and a faint, childish giggle, right before the knocking started. So, if you're ever passing through our town and you see the old Miller place, listen close. You might just hear it. A soft thud, thud thud, from a room that's been locked for a lifetime. But whatever you do, don't try to open that door. Some things are better left locked away. Thanks for listening to my little tale. If you enjoyed this slice of hometown horror, do me a favor and hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next story. Stay safe out there.